You got your man's Trouble T. Roy. Yeah, so we gonna get off into this. I'm gonna start it off. Basically, two great actors, Sean Connery, Wesley Snipes, which almost seems like what combination would you get from this? What type of movie would you get from this combination? But they definitely went in. This movie came out in '93. Basically, this is a story of politics, policing. There's a lot of stuff ingrained into it. I mean,
foreign entry,
foreign entry, prostitution.
Yeah, high level cover up.
Yeah,
history about who done it.
And that's really where I say political, because really all this, it was all political of why this happened the way it happened.
Right. Yeah.
So, so you got a detective sitting at the house, Wesley Snipes, going through drama, family drama with his wife, his ex-wife, and his kids, just trying to get that part together. And he gets a call. And he gets called to investigate a murder happening at a large corporation in Los Angeles. So in this murder that happens, it just so happens that it's around the time that this company is supposedly making a big merger in the United States. Now, the reason this merger is so big is because it's a Japanese company buying out an American company. And this is a technology company at that. So if you're thinking like us, hey, Japanese, Chinese, we think most of their stuff is way advanced past us. Why would they be worried about buying this company from America? Which is funny that these cats are developing some of the stuff y'all seeing today in a movie, which is basically the robot dogs and basically just robots, period, that have moving arms, moving legs. So this company is developing this, and the Japanese company is buying them. Now, the Japanese company has a building in America already, and everything's been rolling copacetic at this point. Well, one of the main owners of the Japanese company has a son, and his son is definitely into the American way. He's definitely into the American way. He's enjoying everything that has in America: liquor, karaoke, and
karaoke.
Women.
Eating sushi naked off the women too.
Boy, eating sushi naked. So I think at this point, what's happening is he's enjoying the life. Her ambition as the woman that he's with, which is, let me set this up. So with this Japanese company being here, they set up their own brothel. So that they people don't have to go nowhere else. They go to a specific place. They have specific women. Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah, that was tight.
Yeah. It's smart. I mean, they kept it in the business. These women are paid. They basically just stay at this place and they just show up and they do their thing. So with that being said, keeps going further. This young son of the CEO of the company, you know, they're very adventurous exhibitionists, you know, having sex all over the place. They go to this meeting. Now, this meeting is one of the biggest meetings of these two companies because they're still trying to merge. And they're still trying to work things out to merge. Another play in the storyline is that you have an American liaison that's working with the Japanese company. And then you have a Japanese liaison that's working with the Americans. And they're all trying to craft this deal to make it work because it's one of the most huge things ever. What's stopping this process is Congress. Congress now has to make a vote on if they're going to let them buy this company. Because I think it was set off like a monopoly for this Japanese company. And so as the story moves on, you see the things that's happening that are going to probably play a part in stopping this deal from happening. because there are so many people who don't want it to happen, which is an outspoken congressman that has said that I don't know if this is a good deal for America. So I'll ask you guys before we finish off with it. So at this point of the movie, knowing that these things are going on, how are you accepting the movie at this point? Do you like it? Do you think it's somewhat,
by the middle part of the movie, or you just that?
Just by up to
At
that
that point,
amount of the story that you understand?
I'm digging it. If you watched other videos, believability and
Boy,
and if I can relate to the movie, that's a big point with me. So at this point where you stopped at, I'm digging it. I'm loving it.
I kind of was. I had to really. I wanted to get more into trying to get an idea of who done it. I did get invested pretty quick. Like I seen it a long time ago, back in when it came out, back in '93, right?
Yeah.
So if it came out in '93, I probably was 12, 13 years old, something like that. So.
I'm in high school.
Yeah, back then I kind of kept trying to move, and I watched it, but I didn't really get into the story, the plot line, and everything. But watching it now, I got a different appreciation for it. So I would say by that point of the movie, I definitely was interested in finding out who the killer was, who killed the prostitute on the 46th floor.
Boy.
Of the Nakatomi building. I thought it was about to relate to
Die Hard. Yeah. Was it the
Nakatomi?
Was it the Nakatomi building?
It was it was close
I know that
to
was
it.
from Die Hard.
Yeah, it was close to it.
And they're in the same city. I think.
Yeah.
And it was in LA.
Yeah, it was close to it.
It might be, they might share the same universe or something.
Right.
See?
But yeah.
So now at this point, now you get a call to the detective, Wesley Snipes, which handpicked. This is a handpicked decision because they already know this dude, for one, and this is I love the cultural play on everything in this movie as well.
Definitely.
He's African. Wesley Snipes, they call him to come and investigate this murder that is happening in the boardroom of this Japanese tech company. But they also make another call. Now that second call, or the third call. Second call goes to a well-renowned actor, Harvey Keitel, which he's been in plenty of movies, and I think, if you look him up, you'll see that he has a huge track record in movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A great actor as well.
Yeah.
And then the third call is made to the detective Sean Connery. Do you remember the guy's name? What they call him?
His character's name.
Yeah.
I think it was John Connor, wasn't it?
John Connor, yeah.
So they make a call to him. Now, that call that goes to him is on the behest of the CEO of the Japanese company. Because what they're all trying to do is avoid scandal. They don't want no scandal. This big deal is on the table. We don't want to let it fall off. So they call this guy in because, as it comes out in the movie, he saved the life of the CEO.
Yeah.
Or protected him for some reason. So they call him in. But the CEO didn't call him in. The son did.
Yeah.
The son that is now getting charged with the murder of this girl.
Mm-hmm.
So basically in this exhibitionism, they murdered this woman on the meeting table in this office building by choking her out. From what you can see from the video, they choke her out. And she's dead on the table, and it just basically is supposed to be a big scandal, and it stops the whole wheels of this deal going through.
Right.
And, America gets to, save face, and same thing with Japan, they get to save face. But John Connor, who is Sean Connery, this actor, he is supposed to be the guiding light for Wesley Snipes. Because this whole dealing with Japan is not just, hey, y'all in America, we're going to deal with you. You got to go through a certain chain of events to deal with them. As far as the respect model, and just so like you're not disrespecting them. So as the story goes on, it comes to find out that Wesley Snipes is just taking this as a case and he's running right at it. And at every turn, it seems that like Sean Connery is stopping him. Mm-hmm. But in actuality, he's really guiding him to the real root of the problem.
Mm-hmm. Who the killer is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, do you like what Sean Connery? Do you like his spot in this movie? Like his play in this movie, being the guy.
Yeah, he played it well. I got the sense that he really ad-libbed a whole lot. Yeah, I don't know.
The dialogue, I mean, just his own.
Yeah, the script. Okay. I got a feeling that he really ad-libbed a whole lot. And that's a sign of a good actor. But I saw naturality in him. I saw him being genuine and into the character. So, yeah, I love Sean Connery in this. He did his thing. He did his thing.
Do you remember, now it escapes me, man, and I want to say a senpai or something like that, but what was Wesley Snipes calling him? Because like he said, in this fashion, you should look at me. He's the elder.
Yeah.
But there's a word, it's a Japanese word.
It pretty much was like it was kind of referring to him being an elder and him being a student. So like he kind of following my lead pretty much.
Exactly.
And Wesley Snipes, he made a reference about like what you trying to say? You my master?
Right.
He kind of turned up a little bit, but
that was the play on the cultural play, which I was like, man, that was funny.
Right. Yeah.
Because it feel like it almost took at some points like from the late mid to the end of the movie, it started taking on more of some type of a comedic type deal a little bit at some point.
Like a buddy cop.
Like buddy cop. Like
hours type.
Their interaction took that.
Yeah.
So as we move along in the story, as Sean Connery is guiding Wesley Snipes through this whole ordeal, we get into the technology. Now the technology in this thing is so is deep to the point where all of these buildings are so high tech that who wouldn't have cameras? So they have cameras that watch what happens the whole time. And so they go back to say, okay, we need these cameras. So as they start to try to get the cameras, which one will be missing? The one from the boardroom where it actually happened.
Murder took place, right.
And another camera was put in place of it. Mm-hmm. As they start to get into this video, they kind of find that something is happening with this video. We already know it's a new video, but we can't see the exact thing. So what they do is, investigative fashion, we're looking at all angles of the movie, all angles of the shot. Looking at all angles of the shot, they start to use technology trickery, where they change a face or blur out something in the video to where you can't see who the actual person was that murdered this woman. So the idea is that they're all gunning for the nephew. The nephew did it, or the son did it. So they're all looking for him. So they go on this wild chase throughout the city, looking for him, and have all these interactions. So with that happening, the next movement in this movie is now we're getting to the point where we found out what exactly is happening. We've already been through the video. We've decoded it, which they used a Japanese American to figure out this video. There was the lady, I can't think of her name as an actor, but she had a deformed hand, and so what they view her as is they view her as less
shameful.
Shameful.
Like shameful, like you did something wrong if you
deformed.
If you deformed or any mental retardation or anything, shameful. They feel like you did something wrong.
Tia Carrere.
Tia Carrere. Yep, she played
in Wayne's World.
Golden Child.
Golden Child. That's
She was
when
in the Golden Child?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Love interest. Eddie
That's
Murphy?
not Tia Career. That ain't
You
Tia.
sure?
Positive.
Okay, well that's
Let's
something.
see.
So yeah, so yeah,
Let's
so we
see.
gonna
In
see.
Wayne's World, and it was this real below average show called The Relic Hunter or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't ask me why I know about that show, but I don't think that was Tia Career
In Golden Child, you
I think that was her, but we about to find
Yeah,
out.
we about to find out.
I got a dollar on it. I'll put a dollar on
Okay.
that. So she's looking at the video. She finds that there's some trickery put in place so that they can't see the face of the person who actually murdered this woman. And come to find out, it's the congressman. The congressman that didn't want the deal to go through.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
senator, yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. The senator. He didn't want the deal to go through, so he goes and does this act at their building to make them look like to make them look less than, so that everybody will be detracted away from the whole deal in itself. And it almost works until Sean Connery, Wesley Snipes dig in, also with this with the video tech to really see what exactly happened. And as they get closer and closer, right before they get to the senator now changes his whole posture. He says, "Oh no, this is a good deal. We'll make sure we get it done," and this, that, and the other. And it causes a big uproar. So they rush to try to get the case closed. And again, this is one of those movies where it's a lot of different plot twists. The story is very you got to be into the story as you're watching it, because there's going to be a lot of things, the little things that happen that you're like, wow, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know this part of it. But at this point, they get to the point of solving the crime. They unveil the person who actually killed the woman. Did you see who it was, or
What? Who actually killed the woman?
Well, no, the young lady.
Oh. No, it wasn't her.
Okay.
It's not Tia Career.
Y'all both owe me.
It's a chick that looked like it's a girl that looked like her. Yeah.
So we all OT Trouble T.
$1.
I owe him $1. Let's put it like that.
I give it to him too. I would have put it on there. I just started researching.
Yeah. So this movie is about 2 hours.
Yeah,
Close
a
to
little
2
bit over
hours.
2 hours.
Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on, and so it's a murder suspense drama. If you like drama, murder suspense, this is one of those movies. Definitely two of my favorite actors out of action movies, period. From 007 with Sean Connery, and Blade, and Passenger 57 with Wesley Snipes, New Jack City. This was a good combo. I am going to say that I would give this movie a full cup. I give this movie a full cup. It's kind of a seriousness to this movie. Like I said, there's a some little bit of comedy stuff in between him and Sean Connery, but again, the cultural plays, meaning they're in LA, so they wind up enlisting the aid of gangbangers to help them with this part of the car chase.
Yeah.
They're following Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes, so they go through the hood and they use some gangbangers to pull their cars out and slow them up. So you see all of the hydraulics and 6.4s and all that type of stuff.
Right.
So they enlist a lot of these little things in the movie to, kind of keep it going along, kind of keep it just a little light at times. But I give this movie a full cup. I suggest, even though it's 93, we in 23 right now, it's still a good movie to watch. If you like suspense thrillers, political stuff, little bit of satire in it as well. But I give it a full cup.
Okay.
Where you at, Critique?
Well, I give it 3/4 of a cup. This movie was good. It's the storyline was good. The writing was good. The shots was good. Of course, Sean Connery, classic, legendary actor. Then you got young Wesley Snipes. He actually did good in this role. I can actually really deal with him in this role. And the overall plot of the movie was believable, which goes a long way with me. If you are like me, scandals that hit the news, that hit the TV, trust me, we never get the whole story.
Boy.
And if we get, honestly, be lucky if you get half the story. This movie right here plays in the part of intrigue and corruption and cover-up, which goes on a lot, but how do we know? We don't know. We only get the story. That's on the news. That's in the paper. And we know it goes on. And it wasn't far-fetched. The video editing is not far-fetched. The what they went through and how they went through it is not far-fetched. When the so-called perpetrator, or who they thought was, I'm sorry, the actual perpetrator who actually died, it was a chase scene through a building. He actually fell in a construction site in a pool of cement. Most of when we get the story, it's like, oh, it was just an accident. Man, it's a whole story. Yeah. No random person just runs through a certain area that is that's secure, that's dealing with a whole lot of money. But in reality, it happens. But we get the story of, a drunk man or somebody who lost all their money. Right. I ain't saying every story, but it's very believable. Especially for being in 1993. They didn't try to reach too far.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't try to reach too far. They actually did some research and said, or whoever came up with the writing and the director, the producer, actually, I'm really talking about the producer. That's who comes up with the whole movie. Yeah. He actually really did some research and put the right people in place to actually bring his view across. Yeah. I give it 3/4 of a cup. Yeah. All around. I couldn't find anything wrong with this movie. Action was good. Yeah, so and it had a little nudity in it too. It had that early 90s nudity in it to where, they didn't keep it on them long, but right. Back in the 90s, like, the girls that was fine was like skinny, perky breasts, you know what I'm saying? No fat ass, they wasn't all that cute, but you can see yourself like the girl in the when she was on the table in the music video.
What?
What?
An old video?
Yeah, it was an old rock video, but it was the type of girl that you would keep your hand right there on the stop button at the VCR and then beat off. But you keep your hand right there, so if you hear like your mama calling or somebody come, you can press stop. Yeah, like I love classic nudity like that. Everything was enough and not too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
3/4. Yeah, they didn't go overboard, and that's what I like. It's relatable. So 3/4 of a cup, a good 3/4 of a cup. You know what I'm saying? Of some good shit.
I would give it 3/4. Like I say, when I watched this when I was little, I just kind of, probably turned it on to something else, like an action movie, something with Chuck Norris in it or some shit like that. But watching it now, I had a whole new appreciation for it. Told a good story. Trying to figure out who did it. The whole whodunit energy was there, and that was good. The acting was good. Sean Connery, Wesley Snipes,
Harvey
Keitel. The guy that played Eddie. He also played Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah. You said his name earlier.
Is that Mako?
So
you said his name earlier.
Mako was in the movie.
Yeah.
Mako was the CEO that
Yeah,
Sean
he
Connery was
was.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actor's name is, hopefully I'm saying it wrong, but it's Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa. If I'm not mistaken.
You probably right. Troy
I hope
probably
I'm saying it right.
You probably right.
It sounded good when he
It
said
sounds
it.
right. It rolled off
Yeah,
good.
so I'm
You
just
know.
gonna give it to you.
I think he also played Master Shredder. I think he also played
We're gonna
Master
look that
Shredder.
one up.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely look that one up.
We're gonna get to that one.
Yeah, I think he played Master Shredder in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But yeah, it gets I give it 3/4 of a cup. Like I say, it didn't really overdo anything. The action wasn't overdone. It didn't have the over the top explosions and
Right, yeah.
rolling over the hood of the car and extreme shootouts. You know, it just tried to tell.
And it was written in such a way that they didn't have to do that. Like
it
it was enough of the storyline, but like you said, in a younger age, you would just roll your eyes at this one because there's too much going on.
Yeah, you got to really buckle down and sit down and be quiet and watch the movie. Like, I watched it yesterday and I was trying to make sure my daughter was asleep taking her nap because I know I wouldn't have been able to watch it any other way. So, you know, when the house is quiet. But yeah, 3/4 of a cup. Decent movie. I recommend that y'all watch it and, you know, let us know what y'all think.
Yeah, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. We definitely want the interaction. Give us your suggestions on another movie or a product or some music or something that you might want to see us review. Definitely hit us up. We love to hear those things so we can add them into the video. And we definitely going to give you a shout out as well. Group. We also have a group on Facebook, Booze and Reviews on Facebook. Definitely look us up. Send, ask to join the group. We'll definitely let you in. If you like movies, if you like music, and you like certain products that you may like, let us know about them, and maybe we might try them out, and maybe we'll do a video and we'll show the product, or maybe talk about the product. That's always a good thing. Our rating system is the Red Cup rating system. So we could go from a sip to a shot to 1/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup, full cup. However we feel that this movie made us feel or liked about the movie. So full cup for me, 3/4 of a cup for Critique, 3/4 of a cup for T. Roy. Was that him that played?
That's Shredder.
Yeah, that's Shredder right there. James
Sato.
I fell into the age-old thing.
What?
They all look the same.
I mean,
It's the same to us.
I mean,
Like, I fell into it.
if it's true, it's true.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, I could visualize his face. But that's that watching Mortal Kombat.
I mean, he would be
man, I mean, he would have been a great, he would have played that role good too.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, man, so definitely this is another episode, Booze and Reviews. The movie is Rising Sun.
Good movie.
We don't always stick with the newest movies. We're going to watch movies because we all take our own choice. We all have our own choice of movies. So we ain't always going to pick the newest movie that comes out. We're going to pick movies that are horror, suspense, comedy, rom-com, whatever you want to call them. You're going to see any type of all movies here. So coming from your boy Mugu, your man's Critique,
Watch your mouth.
and Trouble T. Roy, this is another review, Booze and Reviews. We out.
See y'all later. Peace.